Hey fam, it's me Keisha and I'm here with a new all tea all shade video. And today I'm not going to be reviewing a show, but I wanted to bring to you all an article that Essence Magazine has done on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Quite a few of you T Squad members hit me up in the DMs asking me to do a video on this. And this article was really interesting. And so I had to bring it to the masses. This article was written by Shelby Stewart, and it was actually updated on January 18th. So they updated this article here recently. And the article reads, among all the Real Housewives franchises, Potomac gained its claim to fame through its two matriarchal anchors, Karen Huger and Giselle Bryant. While, like many of its counterparts, Potomac is recognized for depicting the lifestyles and interpersonal dynamics of women. Real Housewives of Potomac has become somewhat lackluster in offering a compelling glimpse into the lives of the ladies of Potomac, Maryland. However, beneath the surface lies a deeper issue. Now in its 8th season, the show has mostly stayed with the same cast, with a scattering of replacements and additions, with Monique Samuels joining in season 2, Candace Dillard Bassett, who joined in season 3, Dr. Wendy Osefo in season 5, and Mia Thornton in season 6. Outside of some of the newly minted friends and housewives, the show's anchors have mostly remained the same. Huger, Bryant, Robin Dixon, Sharice Jackson Jordan, now a friend of the show, Ashley Darby, and Katie Ross, who was fired after season 1 and brought back for season 4. The franchise has been on a sharp decline for some time now, mostly due to the uninspiring storylines of most of its cast, coupled with the pervasive hazing combined with an undercurrent of colorism and blatant unfairness has made the show increasingly harder to watch. Potomac has a history of using a bait and switch tactic, deliberately provoking and isolating women within the group, only to subsequently label these women as aggressive. It first reared its head in season 5 when the green-eyed bandits, Bryant and Dixon, led a crusade against Samuels, who physically attacked Dillard Bassett and drummed up rumors about Samuels and her family. Though Samuels left the show following season 5, her resounding words have seemed to foreshadow the direction of the franchise's future. Following Thornton's assault on Osefo in season 7, where Mia splashed a martini in Wendy's face, Samuels came forward with commentary about her former castmates. One thing Wendy should understand is that it's not about her actions or lack thereof. She could have sat there quietly and they still would have found a reason to ice her out. The same ladies who told me words or even antagonizing someone is not grounds for getting physical are defending a person who got physical over Peter Thomas. LOL, just wow. The glaring issue on Potomac is seemingly that the goalpost always moves depending on who you're talking to. During season 5, the women largely condemned Monique for attacking Candace. During the season 7 reunion, when the altercation between Wendy and Mia was addressed, it was radio silence among the women. With the exception of Ashley, Karen, and Candace, this consensus was largely attributed to the evident animosity towards Wendy. Bryant openly stated, "I don't like her," in reference to Wendy. The ousting has become a pattern, and it's orchestrated by the Green-Eyed Bandits, who have maneuvered through much of the show's past seasons without having to reveal much in their own personal lives and pivoting the focus on the other women and stirring up drama. These attacks appear to be grounded in projection. Women who enjoy the support of loving husbands, successful careers, and supportive families seem to evoke envy from those who do not have those same privileges. Let's face the facts. Giselle is a divorcee from a high-profile ex-pastor, Jamal Bryant, Robin is grappling with both financial and marital challenges with her now remarried husband, Juan Dixon. Ashley is navigating a purported divorce, and Mia in recent news has been seen with a new man, not her husband, G. It seems like a calculated strategy to marginalize women who exude positivity and possess the qualities others covet. For those who may harbor entitlement due to being fairer skinned, witnessing darker skinned Black women thriving in every aspect of life can be triggering. Nevertheless, in an apparent response to the accusations of colorism and everyone choosing sides after Thornton assaulted Wendy, the producers of Potomac made a seemingly concerted effort to introduce a new cast member, Nneka Ahim, who shares Nigerian heritage with Osefo. Although the inclusion of him might be seen as a positive step towards representation of darker-skinned Black women on screen, the on-screen conflict between Ahim and Osefo highlights a more profound cultural problem. One of the major problems that they're having is that they make their ethnicity a big part of their personality. There's nothing wrong with wanting to demonstrate your culture, says content creator and fellow Nigerian Rennie Vaughn. One of the mistakes they're making is that they're making that the central part of their personality. They keep attributing their successes and wealth to being Nigerian, which is where the problem lies. The ongoing exchange between the two has involved accusations against Wendy's family, labeling them as Osu, a term highly considered derogatory in Nigerian culture. In a TED Talk, speaker, I do not know how to pronounce this man's name, describes Osu as people who were told and believed dedicated their lives and their services to the community deity and went further to pledge the faithfulness of their generation's unborn, therefore they belong to the communities. Labeling someone as Osu carries with it institutionalized discrimination and isn't something to be taken lightly in Nigerian culture. Furthermore, the dispute includes implications of witchcraft, shrines, most of which are perpetuating ignorance, xenophobia, and fear-mongering. We have two women who are not only from Nigeria, and they're actually the same ethnicity, and then happen to be experiencing conflict as a result of cultural differences within their ethnicity, which in other words, they're now airing dirty laundry that had no business being aired all the way in America, she says. Apart from Wendy and Nneka, the women in the group have no knowledge of traditional African religion. Breaking the fourth wall reveals a more significant concern, a storyline tactically orchestrating a conflict between two Igbo women on national television. Reality television thrives on conflict, but the narrative falters when we clumsily attempt to delve into Nigerian spirituality on a national stage. It calls the showrunners to the carpet for allowing the conversation to happen on camera. It's something very devious about the nature of exposing sensitive cultural discussions without the necessary care and responsibility. It intentionally perpetuates stereotypes and causes harm. The implication that Wendy is Osu is one thing. Secondly, when Nneka accuses Wendy's mom of practicing witchcraft, these are accusations and conflicts that take place in the privacy of the home within Nigeria and Igbo culture, Vaughn continues. You are on American television. You've now taken the responsibility of trying to represent Nigeria when nobody asked you. It's a heavy burden to carry, quite frankly. To bring Osu claims to television among a group of women who hardly get along in the first place, most of whom don't like Osefo, adds an extra layer of insensitivity. It not only magnifies existing conflicts, but also exploits cultural intricacies for dramatic effect. Vaughn, who is currently in Nigeria for the holidays, says it's strange for people to tune into American television and see that this is a plot. Among the storylines presented over the show's 8 seasons, none have generated as much controversy and drama as the recent feud between Osefo and Ahim. What's even more perplexing is the missed opportunity to explore other noteworthy topics that could be peppered into the show. NECA's family life, or even Wendy's new talk show. Both Osefo, a doctor of philosophy, and Ahim, a lawyer, had the potential to showcase their affluent and opulent lifestyles or joining forces. Particularly as Igbo women. Unfortunately, this discourse has become the show's central storyline, overshadowing the opportunity to highlight their achievement. The insinuations surrounding Wendy's family lack tact, and discussing them on national television lacks the discretion that the Nigerian community deserves. This cultural debate, if you can even call it that, necessitates a conversation that is both delicate and nuanced. The socioeconomic and political implications of such a claim are not suited for a platform like Real Housewives. I agree. They're in such an awkward fight because they're having a fight where you're throwing heavy accusations that are considered taboo within the culture. If you accuse someone of witchcraft, that is a really big deal, Vaughn explains. People freak out. It's not something to be taken lightly, and people are very insulted by it. Nigeria is a very religious country. Both women are Catholic/Christian. To accuse someone of witchcraft is like, dang, you hate them. It calls into question how in tune with the culture they both are. For that to be the storyline for a show about lighthearted drama, where they normally argue about having 4 homes, or your living room doesn't look good, or who got Botox. Then to speak about witchcraft and being from a caste system, this is just irresponsible and they should know better. Unfortunately, this is not the first instance. During the season 7 reunion, when Dillard Bassett addressed colorism, none of the cast members were adequately equipped to engage in the conversation. However, for such a conversation to land on a platform like Housewives speaks to a larger issue with the cast and production. Before Samuels was ousted in season 6, she brought forth claims of the women conspiring to come after her and fabricate storylines, and what's happening to Osefo feels vaguely similar. I told her at the season 5 reunion that she and her family would be next, Samuel said in a post. The hate with some of those women is not for the camera. They're real life miserable. Real Housewives of Potomac has shed light on the pitfalls of exploiting sensitive cultural topics for entertainment, the recklessness with which these claims have been brought to the forefront among a group of women already struggling to find common ground raises questions about the responsibility of showrunners and its ethics. Of how to move forward, Vaughn says, I think there needs to be admission that it went too far. I think they can't address this how they talk about regular beef. It can't be a discussion of, is Juan talking to the laundromat girl, or does Karen have an extra boyfriend, because that's too light, Vaughn says. They have to understand that by this storyline, we've actually insulted a whole culture. They need to admit and address as a unit that people with ethnic nuances never should have been a focus point for the season. It was a complete mistake to go down that road. I agree. I think we all do. As viewers, it prompts us to reflect on the boundaries between entertainment and cultural sensitivity, urging a more thoughtful approach to storytelling that respects the dignity and nuances of diverse backgrounds. The unresolved tensions and lingering controversies on the show serves as a stark reminder that beyond reality television, real lives and cultures are at stake, demanding a more conscientious approach to what we choose to amplify. I think that this article was brilliant. I think that the writer, Shelby, did a wonderful job with getting her point across, with doing the research, speaking to someone of Nigerian descent. And I think that she spoke to everything that us as the viewers have been saying, have been complaining about. I do think that this whole story line between Wendy and Nneka did not need to be shown on American television, because most of us don't even know about Nigerian culture and how deep this issue with they're struggling with goes. You know what I'm saying? It should not have been a focal point. It should have been dead from the beginning when it started. I agree that they should have been focusing on their careers, their homes. We still don't even barely know anything about Nneka, except for the fact that she want to have a baby. We have not seen her go to work. We have not seen the inner workings of her family. We saw her talk crazy to her husband. But other than that, we have not even really learned anything about this woman. I would have loved if we would have saw these two Nigerian women come together. But of course, that did not happen, because Ashley started all of this stuff and caused this tension between the two Nigerian cast members. Would this probably have still happened if Ashley didn't get involved? Maybe, but we will never know. We will never know. And there is a bigger conversation that needs to be had with this cast, with the colorism, with the bullying, with the ousting, and all of those things. There does need to be some type of shakeup over there. I honestly feel like Giselle needs to go. I feel like Robin needs to go. I know that she is the network favorite. Giselle is, because she clocks in and does her job. But we, the viewers, have noticed over the last few seasons that she has now become not just a cast member, but a producer. And we see the antics, we clock it, and we don't like it. We don't like her. She's not a likable person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're going to do going into season 9, but we cannot have another season like season 8. Something does have to happen over there on that show. I don't particularly know what, but something needs to happen. You guys, let me know what y'all thought about this Essence article. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you all think should happen going into season 9? Do you all agree with the writer that this Nigerian conversation about their culture and things and witchcraft should not have made it to the show? Should the producers have stepped in and told them, y'all, we're not going to even focus on this? This is a big no. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.